Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to your October reading. Let's see what the month ahead looks like for you. Make sure to check your Sun, Moon and Rising signs so you can get the complete picture of how it is going to impact you. Also check the astrology of the month ahead so you know what's happening in the skies and how you can most effectively flow with it, because there are some days where you should not make any new starts, but then there are some times where it's just really excellent to make any new starts. So maybe check that out so you know how to align with it. Okay, so for you guys, your soul shines. That's the first card we see, and that's always very happy to see, right? Then we have gratitude again. This talks about practicing gratitude, also being in a grateful state of mind, so you're thankful for certain things and how they're working out. We have change maker, make waves. We have eclipse coming up at the very end of October on 25th, and that is happening in Scorpio, a fellow water sign. So whatever changes are happening in that place, and eclipses usually bring about major fateful changes, are also going to impact Pisces and Cancer because they are water signs too. So yeah, that is going to be an impactful time, and eclipses usually begin their effect throughout the month kind of, but for you, since it's not in your zodiac, it would be, let's say, 2 weeks prior to the eclipse you will start feeling it. There will be certain changes that happen here, and I see these waves here, right? It's not some ripples that are taking place, that these are some major changes that are going on. It is happening for each and every person, so we will see where exactly this change is taking place for you as we progress with the cards. We have celebrate your wins. So that's something that you're being successful at, or you're recognizing your worth in some way. You're being complimented for some work you've done. You're celebrating a success of something, okay? So there is a completion of something, and yeah, you're appreciating the work that you've put in. Perhaps that's where the gratitude is. Also with the your soul shines, I mean, come on, like that's a very stardom type of energy, and we literally have a star that is shining. So you are really, really shining here. So whatever you're wanting to make, whatever change you're wanting to make happen, it is very likely that you will achieve it, even if it's a little bit difficult in the beginning or feels chaotic in the beginning, as eclipse energies usually carry that as well. Yeah, okay, let's see some more cards. We have sidereal space. Okay, this is about looking from outside in. You're distancing yourself, and you're gathering some objectivity into your situation. You're like, okay, so this is how it looks like. This is how it comes across. So what changes can be made here? You're not getting too attached or too personal with things, and you're just evaluating things from a practical or a logical perspective, or you're just observing from a distance so that you can make effective changes down the line. Okay, so there is a moment of pause and reflection with that energy. Then we have matter, so something coming to fruition again, that, solidifying of intentions, and you're kind of focusing on the material world. It could be like, how do I adjust my financial needs, or what changes need to happen, especially now that winter is coming, especially for northern hemisphere here. There could be some reshuffling of your resources. Also with matter, it is making your thoughts tangible. So some work that you have been putting in the background, that materializes and gives you the results that you were asking for, or you were seeking. Okay, then we have Pluto. So this again is a planet of regeneration, death, and rebirth. It rules Scorpio, so that definitely is coming through here. There are some major transformations, personal changes, mindset changes as well. With Pluto here, things that leave your life, they are not meant for your best interest. That's why they are being purged out. So it's best to flow with the energy. With the change maker, make waves, it kind of is showing that you take charge and you decide where do you want to make changes. Okay, if you take charge of things, then the Pluto energy is not going to shove things around or force changes into your life. Instead, it is just gonna be like, okay, since you're already there, I'm just gonna help you out. Okay, the problem occurs when people resist change, and eclipses are inevitable for changes to happen. That's just how it is. So resisting it has just no point, basically, right? So it's easier to flow with those energies. For you, it is taking place, if we're going by the rising sign, but still applies for the sun and moon signs, but that would be in your 5th house, right? Cancer, Capricorn, yes, that would be the 5th house of children, of creativity, fun, dating, and entertainment, and also about self-expression. Pluto over there, the way that you express yourself or present yourself to the world, that could be going through some changes. There are some personal things that are coming through. It can even be inner child issues that are coming up and purging out. You're like, oh, so I was conditioned this way, so I express in this manner, but I don't have to express like that anymore. So I'm just going to switch things up and see if this new version works better for me. And guess what? It will. Okay, then we have ultraviolet. Once again, things, external events that are shattering a very solid thing. Not because it is, malicious in energy, but rather this is something that's not working. So it needs to move out. Okay, kind of corresponds with the tower energy, but not exactly. It's a penetrating energy and also breaks what is not working, right? So like we were talking about before, things not meant for you and your best interest is just going to move out of your life. And as long as you're making these changes and you know where the changes need to happen, this eclipse is only going to encourage that. Okay, so let's say you say that I need to make lifestyle changes or I want to practice more gratitude, and you really feel the need that you want to do that more, or you want to give yourself credit for the things that you've done, for the way that you express. And even though other people may or may not understand, it's important that you acknowledge it for yourself, right? So you feel that need, and this eclipse energy is just going to give you more incentive to make that a solid reality. So it kind of has that wishful part resonating with the star energy. Wish and you will receive. So it's important to be in a healthy state, because what you intend at this time will propagate into the future. So set your intentions. You don't need to act specifically on that date or anything, especially with sidereal space. It's more about sit back, know what you want, and say your intentions, express them very clearly, and think about what you're wanting to express before you send it out to the universe, because changes will happen accordingly. Okay, that's how we can make the most of the eclipse energy. We also have time, so give it time, persistence, and just the space to let it grow, let it happen in its natural rhythm. You are as well getting into that space of more of a natural rhythm, what feels correct to you. If you feel like you need to rest a little bit, then you're gonna rest a little bit. Okay, that way you're increasing and upping your self-worth. And that is sort of encouraging other people to do the same and reflect the same towards you. Time and matter. That's interesting. So give it some time and things will materialize. It can also be that, for example, you're wishing for a change in one area of your life, and in due time, things will shift in that manner. Especially because we have the matter here, it feels like it might be in the career sector or the financial space or even home. Anything that is material in your world. Some of you could be shifting to a new home. There are changes. Maybe you're doing some renovations, things like that. So in that process as well, you're breaking things down, right? Also, some system that is just not working, whether it is in your work or your business or whatever, things that are not working, you're renovating those things. You're rebirthing a new energy and a new vibe. We have 5 of Swords. We have Page of Swords. Okay, there could be some disagreements here because Page of Swords can get very argumentative, and the 5 of Swords is like, oh God, this is just a battle of words, you know, like who has the last word, who is winning the argument instead of getting the point across. There's that energy here. It's a waste of time to keep battling such people. So if this is resonating as a specific person, then it's just a waste of your words and mental capacity. So perhaps that's where you decide that this is not worth it. I'm just going to go away from here. Or I'm just going to ignore this specific person. I'm going to surround myself with new thoughts and new ideas, and be curious about other things and engage myself in that domain. So that could be that ultraviolet energy that we were talking about. Six of Pentacles, how you earn money or where you spend your resources. How much effort do you put into something and how much are you getting back? Is that balanced? There's also about questioning the worth you put on yourself. Okay, so you're reevaluating what would be the correct pricing, what would be how much should I help someone? This is the card of generosity. So perhaps you're giving a lot of your time, and Cancerians tend to do that when they really care about something. They can go above and beyond because they just love that thing or that person. It doesn't matter, and you can extend yourself a lot, and you can constantly keep on extending because you're an action-oriented zodiac. But there will be a point of questioning because your help could be encouraging some people with the wrong intentions to take advantage. Okay, the Five of Swords is sort of like arguing with you and someone else through competition reaches the top, and there's like blood over here. So it's just an unnecessary battle that leads to becoming too much in some regard, and is just turning unhealthy. So it's just better to not get involved in such situations if you can. But in either case, whether you get involved or not, what it is turning into is more balance and harmony with the Six of Pentacles. Page of Swords could also be talking about you learning new skills. You are interacting with different people from different walks of life, so you have more ideas coming through, different types of perspectives that come to you, and that kind of awakens more curiosity in your mind. And whatever you learn, read, talk about, discuss, debate, that can lead to your own income source. Or you're working with financial resources. You might be working on like, how do I manage my money better? So you'll be learning about different ways that you can do that. But it can be initiated by a place of frustration. Like, for example, I did not imagine that the bill for this would be so much, and this is frustrating. Meanwhile, the shopkeeper is like, yeah, well, you know, at your own risk, bye-bye. So you're the one with the headache, and now you're gonna have to deal with that. But the good thing is you are dealing with that, and you're making something balanced and sustainable for down the line. We have Five of Wands as well. That competition energy is being emphasized here. I'm going to keep it right here. So there's like a lot of energy and effort that is being put into something. It can even be like trying to get a promotion and someone else gets it, but there is like a whole battle for that. The message here is that if you're fighting for the same cause, then it's not necessarily a problem, but the intention of each and every person is sort of selfish here, right? I want it for myself, not that we'll work in a team and everyone gets to enjoy this. So perhaps your environment is a little bit competitive and catty in a way. Mars is still in Gemini, so in a detrimental state, that can be talking about this behavior that we're seeing here. Yeah, but that is coming across. There is more competition, does not seem very healthy. Yeah, but that could be kind of annoying you, and you're like, okay, this is not my cup of tea, and I need to make a change, whether it is that team in specific, or you're moving companies, or you're moving institutions, or you want to study further and do something else entirely. There is a feeling of, okay, you know what, all this hassle is just not worth it. There's that vibe coming through. Oh, we have the Sun. Amazing. See, so in the end, you're finding success. Absolutely. It can even be that there is a lot of competition and there's so much frustration, but because you're prepared very well, or you already have a good connection there, you can get a job, or you get that financial thing. Also, keep in mind that rejections are working out in your favor. Okay, so gratitude here is like, be thankful that you did not get there, because one of those competitive people could be in your team, and that would make your entire time over there really upsetting. We don't want that. So the universe, whichever way the change is happening, be thankful for it, because it's taking you somewhere where you can feel the Sun energy, which is absolute happiness, and you feel successful, you're accomplished, you're being recognized for the skills you bring to the table, for the knowledge you have. People are warm and generous and kind, things like that. You don't want people who want to take advantage of anybody's goodwill, okay? No need to surround yourself with that. Nobody needs that. So it's okay if things don't work out. If you're looking for jobs, then yes, there could be some places that don't work out, especially the highly competitive ones. But then there are other things that do work out and is more in your interest area. Or you find out later that, hey, this is a perfect fit for me and I'm feeling much more safe and secure and in balance of my finances. So, yeah. Rejection is basically a form of protection, right? It's a blessing in disguise. And usually during eclipse season, you like don't understand why something is not working out and you feel like that is your fault or something like that. But it's really not. It's working out in your favor, okay? And with the 5 and 5, that is also signifying changes being made, major changes being made, which will be working in your favor and it will take you to the place that you want. It's just not that specific road. Or it's a change from the way you were and where you're headed next. Some of you can even find out, or you were like not expecting things to be so competitive, so you read a lot, you learn a lot, and kind of go crunch time, and that's what brings you to success as well. Either in this specific place or in another place. The actions and the thoughts that you go through and the steps that you take is just going to bring you to a better place, honestly. Okay, then we have finalized with the waxing gibbous moon. Okay, putting the finishing touches of things, and we have ready. You're ready to embark upon a new journey, and it's just like the end of a cycle. That's why this pivotal moment is taking place. You've done your part. You're still doing your part, fine, but it's sort of still marking the end of a phase. And after this point, you're moving forward. You are very clear. Also, the sun represents clarity. You're very clear about what you want, what you're worth, and how much time and resource and effort you're willing to put into something, okay? It's a very strong position that you're reaching. With the celebrate your wins, I'm looking at these rays over here. It looks like an air and aura of protection. It's a self-protection, but also feels like a universal protection, so that you don't go somewhere which would be not right for you, and then you just have to stay stuck there for a couple months or a year, or depending on what we're talking about here. Okay. We have mountain, a major challenge to overcome. That is resonating with the mountain over here with the 5 of swords. So it could be talking about that competition or disagreement with somebody, or a situation that's just very frustrating for you and you just don't want to keep doing that. Especially if this has been happening for a while now, this would be the time where you're like, what are my alternative choices here? What else can I do to make things more harmonious? This is the time when you're really set on looking at other options and learning about those things. Mountain also resonates with the King of Swords for me. King of Swords goes through a lot of challenges and obstacles, and that's how he gains his experience. And once he's at the top, there is nobody that can take him down. Okay, he's the king. So experiences and difficulties build your grit, persistence, and stamina. So that's not something to be shy about or to avoid necessarily. So if you want that goal, you go ahead and try for it, but go with an open mind. Even with the Page of Swords, if you go with an open mind, there is no debate, or not debate, but there is no argument and disagreement. That's the one guidance that this card comes up with. And as long as you keep that open mind, you're going to inevitably go to that leadership position in whichever area of life you're interested in, or the one that is resonating with you throughout this reading. We have June, so number 6, reaching more harmony. That could be resonant. June could be an important month for some of you. Also can be talking about springtime, showing the results of the effort you put into its full effect. And eclipses generally play out throughout 6 months and show their full effect after 6 months. So yeah, May and June, that's usually when things will start to become much clearer for you. Then we have a finger warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Okay, that could be talking about this competitive vibe. And we have horseshoe, so you have good luck. See, that's again about that protection from the universe. Then we have August, number 8. This talking about finances, also talks about tapping into your infinite potential, having more faith in yourself because it's Leo season. Virgo, working on yourself as well. The Sun card here corresponds with Leo again. So there is a heightened self-worth. You're getting more recognition. You're coming to the forefront in some regard. And we also have gavel, involvement with the law. Okay, so this could be like drawing up new contracts and finding that new job. That could be about that. But for some of you, it could be fighting over certain, not fighting, but having a legal argument about something. You might be going through certain procedures, and this is just bringing that up again. So there could be some difficulties in that regard. But I feel like with the Page of Swords, if you read between the lines, and be careful to read between the lines, then in the end, it's going to work out in your favor because you do have the good luck and protection. One way or the other, you will be successful in some regard here. Okay, then we have devotion and dreams fulfilled. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Okay. Then we have creative achievement and determination. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Oh, since Scorpio is in your 5th house, that could be about, disputes about children, for example. How long do they stay with you? How long they stay with your partner? Things like that. That could come up for some. But there are some dreams that are being fulfilled, definitely. And you're showing your dedication and your determination, your grit and stamina, and that's really paying off for you. Then we have new start and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Okay? Yeah, definitely. Like your sense of self is really heightened. Really, really heightened. Very sure of what you want. Then we have gratitude. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Yeah, that's really good. So that is once again being emphasized. Be thankful for whatever way that it works out, even if it's not very clear at the moment in October. As per this reading, at least, it is working out in your favor, okay? Even if it's unclear in the beginning. But that's what, like, we are experiencing things from very subjective and local perspective, so we can't really see the big picture all the time. So it's okay, just be thankful that certain things didn't work out. It's for your best. And then we have dangerous pleasure. This corresponds with the devil energy a little bit. So it can be this, there could be some competitive, manipulative energy. There could also be someone who's trying to take advantage, and now you've been warned basically, so you don't have to overextend yourself. And even if you do, and perhaps you don't know this person yet, or you don't know of their capacity to do, some taking advantage of good-willed people, then you recognize that and you're like, I can't believe I trusted this person. I don't find this as a, show-stopping, heart-shattering moment, but it is just like, oh, what a waste, it's that kind of energy. So I don't feel like you're personally impacted or affected by it, like we saw with this sidereal. You're like, oh, this is not good. So that's just the incentive you need to balance yourself. And from that point on, you're very careful with how much information you give to whom, and who you're really helping. Okay, so for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, we have Venus, which just jumped out. We have the 1st house in Cancer, so that's your zodiac. There's a lot of love from family and from your home space. Finding a space of cozy and comfort is going to help you recuperate, to balance yourself, love yourself. Self-love is just really heightened here. There's also benefits coming through from family members. It can be in terms of emotional support, but it can also be some more, because Venus does represent financial gains too. but there is an abundance mindset that you're stepping into. It's sort of like, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore, or this is just not resonating with me anymore, so I can't keep extending myself for nothing in return, or virtually nothing in return, right? So there is that rebalancing of who you're extending your emotional nature to and how much are you holding back. Yeah, okay. Thank you. We have a peacock, we have a star, we have a religious institution, it looks like. We have a car, we have spiral, and we have this lightning strike energy here. This is again the tower energy. Also talks about major changes because there is an epiphany or a clarity that comes through. And at this point there is a different spiral that takes you upward. And like I said, you know, what you intend at this time is going to play out in some way or the other, be it in a mindset shift or some other intention that you place. It will show up. So I'm not going to say be careful what you wish for, but be very particular about what you're wishing. With the star here, there is that success. We see star everywhere, so I'm not going to repeat that. Peacocks are a sign of wisdom and personal wisdom, and we did see that with a new start and wisdom in this card. Some of you could get white roses, or you like white roses, or you come across them. That could be a sign. With the religious institution here, that is talking about divine protection and guidance. And with the car, it could be talking about a journey coming through, or you're traveling home to reconnect with loved ones. Or you're taking a short trip to, you know, take a bit of a break from all the humdrum. Some other little trinkets. Let's see, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. October. Okay, we have A, we have Q, so Q&A. This could be talking about some interview that you're going towards. We have Page of Swords coming up again. Emperor is about being a boss. We have Four of Cups. That's why we see the gratitude so much. The guidance of the Four of Cups is be grateful for the little things that you have in life. Even though it does not seem like much at the moment, it's actually helping you in a greater way than you recognize and give credit for. It's also kind of indicating that some things just have been very automatic or have been in your life for a very long time, so you're not able to appreciate them to the fullest. So writing like 5 things a day that you're grateful for is going to help remind you that you enjoy those things. And liking life as it is just going to help you bring newer things into the tomorrow, because you're not coming from a place of lack, but you're just coming from a place of optimism and expansion. Then we have the Nine of Wands, which is talking about persevere, and Six of Swords, which also indicates a transition and movement from one place to another. So some of you could be literally going somewhere, like visiting some family members. Okay, and the Emperor here could be indicating father figure or disagreements with father figure. Does not have to resonate for everyone. But the Emperor can be talking about some leader or authority figure as well. So if you're going for an interview, that person could be your boss. So it is a good measure to see whether you get along with this person or not, and whether you're willing to expend your resources in that team or company or not. We also have you. I kind of got unity, union, that's what I got there. Also points to you. You're coming, yeah, with the celebrate who wins in the sun, and August as well, you might be in the center. Okay, like people are noticing you. Also the star here, you're being noticed, definitely, for the value you bring in, for the authority you have. With the 5s here, it could also be that people are being intimidated by you, even though you're not explicitly, you know, trying to say or do anything that would be intimidating. It's just that they sense that you're capable, so they're just unnecessarily going to up the competition. It's sort of that, but they're basically projecting their own issues onto you when it's not about you, okay? Okay, guidance for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, October. Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. Yep, this is about speaking up as well. So if there has been conflict and difficulties already going on, then this Page of Swords is you saying, no, I'm not going to help you. Thank you. I don't have time. In a polite way, of course. But yeah, it's about speaking up and making your thoughts clear. Love the yellow, also in the back, so many yellows going on. This is about, again, corresponding with the solar plexus chakra. This is placed at the gut instinct, about the gut instinct placed at the gut. And we can we find our boost of self-confidence and assurance and security from this place as well, of what we're capable of. Okay, so expressing that from that point is really empowering. It's the fuel storehouse of the chakras, of the energetic body. So it's very important to keep that in balance. That way we don't overexert ourselves and we have fuel for ever, right? For as long as we are balanced. Okay, so that's your guidance and that's your reading. I really hope it resonates and helps you out throughout the month. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box in the comment below. Check out the other videos that are recommended, your sun, moon, and rising, so you get the complete picture. I hope to see you again. Take care. Bye.